And welcome to E-MultiSkills video tutorial. In this video tutorial, we will learn how to synchronize two databases by using MySQL Workbench. So one of the reason why we are using MySQL Workbench instead of MySQL dump, backup and restore feature, if you have to use MySQL backup and restore feature, which is by using the command prompt, which is MySQL dump, backup and restore, what you do, you take a backup of all the databases or particular database or table, and then you apply it on the target environment. But in this case, when we are using the MySQL Workbench to synchronize two databases, what we will see how can we compare the two databases, and if we find some kind of difference on those two databases, we will be able to mitigate that. If we wanted to sync the two databases, we can do that, or if you wanted to leave the difference as it is, there are a lot of functionalities which are available in synchronizing the two databases by using the MySQL Workbench. So I have a setup in which there are two servers. One is Linux2, which is IP address is 192.168.1.51. The another is Linux3, and the IP address is .61. Both are installed with MySQL 8.0. And on my local system, there is a MySQL Workbench 8.0 is installed. For the user management or connectivity of MySQL Workbench to those two virtual machines which are having the Oracle Enterprise Linux 6.5 installed, I have created two users, which we have seen in previous demo as well. We have for .61, we have created a user called as MySQL Backup 61, which is able to connect to remotely from my IP address, which is 192.168.1.9, and similarly for .51, I have the user which is called as MySQL Backup 51. So I'll directly go to the step wherein I have to connect to both the MySQL servers using the MySQL Workbench. So I have the connections already created. So this is for server 192.168.1.51, and the user is MySQL Backup 51. And similarly for 61, this is the another connection which I have already created. Let me show you the difference of databases. So let me connect using the root user on both the servers. MySQL-u root-p password. I just say show databases, and we will use this table. Use employees, and we'll say show tables. There are 8 tables under what you say the employees schema or the database. We'll see onto the target environment how it is. Onto the target environment, we'll see the number of tables. So we have 5 tables. So what we are going to do using MySQL synchronize schema, we will synchronize the 2 tables. If there is difference in the number of rows, that will also be taken care, but I haven't tested that. But it's just the number of tables are different, and if there is any kind of difference in the structure also, that also will be taken care using this this wizard. So I'm already connected using MySQL Workbench. So I have to click tab database. If you see, there is nothing like sync schema wizard, so just you have to click reverse engineer. So if you click it, reverse engineer database, close it out, we don't need this. So this will lead to a MySQL model. So this is open. Now again, you will see file, edits, view, arrange, model, and database. Click database and go to synchronize with any source. You have to select that. If you remember, we have seen this earlier: schema transfer wizard, migration wizard. So let's select this one. Synchronize with any source. The introduction says the wizard allows you to compare a target database or a script with the open model, external script, or a second database and apply these changes back to the target. It's also possible to export the alter script generated to a file by executing it afterwards. The changes are applied only one way. So what you can do is you can only synchronize your target with standby, or if you want, you can generate the script also, and later on you can apply those changes to the target environment. Select next. So you can see there are two sections over here. One is the source database to take update from. So this is live. So we are selecting live database server, which is auto selected, and in the destination it is live database server. So we have selected those. We don't want to send the updates to a particular file. What we are saying is destination database server. So apply whatever changes you are finding in terms of the difference between the two database servers, just apply it onto the target environment. Just press next, and here it is asking for the source database set parameters for connecting. Either you manually feed in, but we have created a connection string, so just select this 192.168.1.51, and this is the username which we have already created. Then select the target environment, target database. So for that also we have created a connection. So the IP address is 192.168.1.61, and this is the username. Just say next. And what it is doing, it is connecting to both the database server, and it is retrieving all the schemas or the database. So everything is successful so far. So just say next. And here in this tab, in this page, you can select the schemata to be synchronized. So we just wanted to synchronize employees, what do you say, the databases on source and the target, and it is auto selected. The schemata from the models are missing from the target. If you are creating them for the first time, use the forward or the engineer function. That's fine for us because it is finding that employees schema is also available on the target environment. Just say next. The following task will now be executed. Please monitor the execution. So it is retrieving all the details. Retrieval completely finished. So you can see there are 6 tables of employees onto the source environment, and there are 4 tables on the target environment. There are 2 views on the source. There are 1 view on the target environment. So it is not nowhere it is mentioned like it is source or the target, but the first one to be displayed is source, and then if the same items are repeating, that is target. Just say next, and this will list down what all differences are there. So department of source and the target are different. There is a different name of the column, department underscore name on the target environment. On source it is department underscore name, and there is a additional index which is created on the target environment, and it has been dropped from the target as well, the name which is displayed over here. So similarly you can see it over here. So there are some differences in terms. So like these tables do not exist. So you have few things like if you wanted to update destination with the, or if you wanted to ignore, if you just say ignore, I don't want to synchronize this particular table, you can do that, but we wanted to synchronize it. So just say we'll say update destination. So whatever changes it has found on the target environment, which is different from the source environment, we wanted to apply all those changes. Just say next. And detected changes to be applied to the destination. So these changes will be applied onto the target environment. Just say execute. So everything has got there is one failure, that is We can look at later as well. Okay, there is a problem with the column name, so that is fine. We can look later on into this, but this is how this all schema synchronization works. I'm not going to debug what kind of error it has shown in terms of the date format, but that we can take later on. So just a recap of what it was. In this demo, we had seen how to synchronize two databases using the MySQL Workbench, and it is a very good tool in terms we have to compare two schemas. So we have seen earlier like how to compare two schemas. This is an addition of that. If it has found some kind of differences, you can update those differences onto the target environment. Those differences you wanted to capture into a file and apply later on, you can do that, or you on the fly also you can apply those changes so that your source and the target will be in sync with each other. So this is a very good tool, and there are few options also available, like if you wanted to ignore something particular table, you can do that, or if you wanted to continue with that as well. So everything is possible in this, which is MySQL Workbench synchronization. So that's a very good tool. I hope this is going to help, and thanks for watching.